Daisha_Shep was first.
Dasha. Easy first. Okay. Send out the notification. Make sure to remember to open up Borderless Gaming. Gotta have Sekiro Borderless or else it's bad. Yo, thanks for the good luck. A little late because I had a nice hot pot with the housemates. We did a whole thing. Way too much food. In fact, so much food we only ate like half of it, and might do hot pot again tomorrow, but earlier so that I'm not so late to stream. Hey. What up, Yathlon? All right, let's start with some practice. Frontside dojo was the big thing I wanted to practice from last time. Give me leftovers? No, they're my leftovers. Mine. Actually, shinobi, not a ninja, actually. What up, Yunori? Okay, yeah, it's just early. Just press everything early and it seems to work. More or less. Ooh, except that one that didn't get the kick. Ooh, that one didn't work either. I'm also a little, perhaps a wee bit tipsy because we started and ended the meal with some shots, so you know. Who knows? Maybe it'll affect my ability to play and practice, or maybe it'll get me so relaxed I play better. You know, maybe I'm the drunken master. Oh, that was not it. I think it's pressed down earlier. That was pretty good. That felt like it maybe shouldn't have caught the edge, but it did, so. That one did not. I think I might have been too far in, bonked my head. I feel like I'm bonking my head. Yo, what up, Michael? Yeah. I think where Wormdog said is just like the tiniest bit too far in. I feel like it works just a little, just a little better if you're slightly outside. I managed to skip casually. Well, I mean, why would you go for it casually? Did get the other skip near the idol on backside before. Yeah. That one is a lot easier. There's a reason it was found so much earlier. There we go. For fun. Aha. Yeah. It is very funny that I have, you know, the tutorial for like bull skip. And I'm like, this is for speedrunners that would like to go faster in their speedruns. And I get so many comments like, why would you even do this? It's easier to just kill the bull. Why would anybody even do? It's like, this is for speedrunners that are doing speedruns. Or somebody like, yeah, I tried this for like an hour because like I really was annoyed at the bull. But then I went back and fought the bull and beat him. So it's like, this is not for you. Yo, thanks for the good luck. Hey, there we go. Jump up a little earlier. It feels like the flipping up part isn't so bad. It's mostly the catching the edge part that's... Okay. Yo. Okay. Okay. Yo, what up, Kiwi? Nope. I didn't press down. I didn't press down. That's definitely not how you do it. There we go. YouTube is being weird again. It is? One saying upcoming and one where you're actually live. Yeah, okay, well. At least they should have the same title, I think. What up, Gaggin? Sup? What up, Divine? Alright, sorry, hold on. Let me check on what's happening with YouTube. As long as the live one is fine, I think it's fine. I don't think I need to worry about it too much. Content. Lives. Yeah, it's I'll delete the upcoming one, but it's very weird that that happens. More actions. Delete forever. It's very, very weird that that happens. Upcoming yesterday too. YouTube being YouTube. Yep. Ah. We don't create a broadcast from OBS for YouTube. Just go straight live. That's... I don't know what you want from that. That in order to broadcast, in order to go live, OBS has to broadcast to YouTube. That's how that works. I can't not have OBS send to YouTube. That's so OBS sending to YouTube, just YouTube gets very confused sometimes and does not realize what is happening. I use OBS, yeah. Ah. There are two buttons to go live, right? Create broadcast and go live. Nope, there's just the one button. Your first ever DS3 speedrun is not going good. I never figured out a DS3 speedrun. I tried to learn it, and I did not successfully learn it, so... I got no help there for you. Okay. Nice. Options to you see two buttons in manage broadcast. Create broadcast and create broadcast and go live. I have start streaming, which turns into stop streaming if you're already streaming. I have start recording, which is your local recording. I don't think I've ever seen that. Your first ever item and enemy random for DS3? And that was a lot of fun. Yeah, randomizers are awesome. Randomizers are so good. That's why all of our, like, archipelago stuff has been so cool. Because even if you don't know a game super well, doing a randomizer can still be so much fun. Nice, there we go. You're stuck against Emma and Ishin. That's, yeah, they're a tough boss. But you'll get it. I believe in you. Nice. Minimize with the tracker is great even to just learn where everything is. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Okay, getting there. But Ishin was easier than Sword Saint, not for you though. Yeah, it definitely is. By a lot. I think. Tried another seed for Sekiro Rando yesterday. Got Kenichiro again at Gyobu, but this time got past him. Got Shichiman at Ashina Elite. And Fake Monk for Genny first phase. So he gave up my new 3 AP, couldn't do a thing about Monk still. Does attack power influence Snapseed damage? I don't think so. You could do Fake Monk as first Genny phase. That'd be fine. You could do that. Lone Shadow or Ashina Elite is also never required, so it doesn't really matter. You can always skip Ashina Elite for that Shichiman that you had. Not quite it. A little early, I think. 2 days of Ishin Ashina took you like 3 hours for Ishin Sword Saint. That's very strange, because Ishin Sword Saint is, like, way harder. Like, all of his attacks are much harder. He even has Ishin Ashina just as his first phase. The first phase of Sword Saint is just all of the moves of Ishin Ashina. If you can do Ishin Sword Saint, you just kind of, for the most part, can do Ishin Ashina. And then just cancel his fire moves with any prosthetic or combat art, and, like, that's it. I was going to play through Sekiro, but you're too bad. Well, that's why you play it and get better. That's how you get to playing it. Do you think that anyone starts so good at Sekiro that they just breeze through it? No. The only way to get good enough to do something that you want to do is to do it. Not a damn person in the world has probably ever first tried. Not any Sekiro boss. Some Sekiro bosses can be first tried, but like Sword Saint, ain't nobody ever first tried Sword Saint. Everybody's got to go through a process of learning.
Practice, practice, and even more practice.
True. Got stuck on Ogre for like 2 days. And then when you get through, you'll be a little bit better. And then when you make it through the next thing you get stuck on, you'll be a little bit better. And eventually you'll make it through something you were stuck on. And you'll be better enough. You won't get that stuck on the thing after. That's how it works. Then at first try after about 100 attempts. Nice. The reason we kill him is if you understood mechanics well enough. Kinda, yeah. I mean, he's still just very hard. But he will not feel overwhelming or impossible. Because he is very grounded in the mechanics of the game. He doesn't feel like Melania, where it's like, oh, I think I understand this. Oh, no, wait. Oh, never mind. That's some bullshit. Oh, wait. Well, that's stupid. Never mind. I don't understand this at all. Doesn't feel like Promised Consort, where it's like, oh, I'm kind of getting... Why is he in the air? Oh, why is he attacking a million times? What is happening? Why am I dead? He does feel very like, oh, I understand. No, I get it. Oh, that's a hard... But I get that. He's very within the mechanics of the game, but still really, really hard. Okay. Demon of Hatred was the hardest boss by far? I think he's like third hardest. Definitely in the top 3, but... I feel like it's not that bad. Just very long. But, like, none of his individual attacks are that hard at all.
People brains work differently. Some people find stuff harder than others and other stuff easier than others.
True, but there's kind of also, like, that, you know, difference can only affect so much. There's no amount of difference in perception that's ever going to make Gyobu actually harder than Sword Saint Ishin. It can't... It does not matter what your perception is. You might go, well, actually, Gyobu took me, you know, 30 tries because I was learning the game, and Sword Saint only took me 10 tries. And it's like, okay. Because you got better. That's not... There's no difference in perceived difficulty if you fought them both in the refights and the gauntlets. Like, it's not... There's a difference between how long it took you and the actual difficulty. Those are, you know... A lot of people will equate how long it took them to the difficulty, but that's not quite it either. There is some subjectivity to what types of things you struggle more with, whether it's delayed attacks, whether it's, you know... tighter timings, whether it's the difference between noticing whether something is a sweep versus a thrust attack versus a grab, you know, whatever it is. There's different skill sets that can be tested that you can have difficulty on, but at the same time, there's some sort of, you know, there just comes a point where it's just like, it's not, you know, there's some comparisons that you cannot be compared. Not quite it. Miss Noble #1. So true. Ah. It would be better to just load my save at this point so that I don't have to have these guys. Or I can kill them. Oh. Whoa! Yeah, that guy. Okay. Doing the Leo point at the sound. Oh, that was not yet.
Harby bless the runs of the night. Amen.
Amen. My Been playing way too much Night Rain. I keep ducking randomly in Elden Ring and dying when you shouldn't. Yep. Classic. Luckily, I played so much Sekiro that I can always swap back to Sekiro no matter what game I was playing beforehand. There's some chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream with honeyed granola you made the other day. It's very good. Oh, that sounds good. Okay. I mean, that would make it, but I was going for the reset. A little bit turning camera left seems to help. Not quite there. Get to see someone say they like Demon? What are you talking about? Of course I like Demon. Demon's a great boss. It's one of the lesser bosses of Sekiro, but every Sekiro boss, aside from like Headless and Shichiman, is great. You can't trust anybody who doesn't like Demon. That's the truth. Especially anybody that says, "Oh, he's so bad. That's why I cheesed him, because he's so bad." Then it's like, you didn't learn him. You didn't fight him. You don't get an opinion. Oh yeah, I skipped this boss, but I'm gonna say he's bad. Nah. He's definitely hard. He definitely takes some learning and different skills than other bosses, but he's still fun. I do wish he would run away less, for sure. I do think his fireball throwing move is genuinely quite bad. But like, other than that, he's fun. Bitumen is alright to an extent if you have confetti. Headless sucks. Also have to see someone say they like Bull. Okay, you know what? Bull is fair. Bull is fair. I like Bull. It's kind of fun to get the, like, he's charging at you, you deflect him, you know, the like, ole! Kind of a thing, and then he like slides past you and you get to hit him a bunch. That specific interaction is fun, but like the rest of fighting Bull is not, yeah, it's not so good. Nice. Yo, thanks for the good luck. Was just bad design, you get punished for playing game correctly? Takes some time to get used to it. Yeah, if they just took out the chip damage from deflecting him, you can keep the chip damage on block. But if they just took out the chip damage from properly deflecting him, Bull would be a good boss, for sure. Good boss. Not one of the best in Sekiro, but would absolutely be a good boss if they just took out the chip damage on deflect. With the chip damage on deflect, it's too punishing for doing the right thing. I never like when you get punished for doing the right thing. Emily's mindset, no one can give an opinion on a boss if they didn't beat it. Might not be as valuable as the opinion of someone who did beat it, but they definitely can. I mean, in a context of, right, I think it's, you know, saying, oh, you can't have an opinion on a game if you didn't finish the game. It's like, okay, well, the game could have genuinely, you know, been bad enough that it was not worth finishing. And that's the whole game, right? That's hours and hours and hours of time that you'd have to spend. And I think it's fine to say, I did not like this game and I dropped it. That's fine. But a singular boss? If you said, I didn't like Demon, and I just didn't fight Demon, and I just did every other boss, it's like, fair enough. You didn't learn the boss, but you recognized that you didn't like it, and you wanted to move on. That's fair. Right? That's fair. But if you said, oh, I didn't like Demon, so I permanently prevented myself from being able to kill him by instead following a guide to get him off of a cliff so that he could be dead without me having fought him, then no, I don't respect your opinion. Period. How would I respect your opinion if that was the case? If you just said, I just didn't do him, I just moved on with my life, I went somewhere else, I beat Sword Say Nishin, I dropped the game after, fair enough. But I dropped him off a ledge? Nah. No opinion respected there. If you don't want to do an optional boss, just don't do it. That's fine. Be like saying, oh, I didn't really like this game, but I loaded up cheat engine, made myself invincible, and then, you know, technically went through the final boss. And I really didn't like the final boss when I turned on cheat engine and he couldn't hit me and I one-shot him. What a bad final boss after I turned on cheat engine and one-shot him. Like, then you don't get an opinion. You don't get an opinion if that's what you did. If you said, I don't like the game, I'm not playing the rest of the game, fair enough. You probably don't get an opinion on the final boss then, but you can have an opinion on the game. But if you skipped the experience of something entirely, then nah. Nah. Oh. So true, that's exactly why I beat Demon legitimately in the fight. Started to grow on you and you liked it a lot. I think it takes a lot of learning. It's very different than other fights. It takes a lot of learning to get into it. And I totally understand the first impression of Demon sucks. The first impression of Demon sucks because it has the bull thing. It has the bull thing where you're pressing block and deflect and you get punished for deflecting and you go, this is stupid, and it feels like this is bull. And then you realize, if I just dodge those ones that have the fire effect, oh wait, so now I'm doing some deflecting, some dodging, and it kind of comes into its own. Again, I'm not saying it's one of the best in Sekiro. It's, you know, probably bottom, you know, 5 in Sekiro if we're counting Headless as 1. I know there are technically 5 Headless, but, you know, if we count Headless as 1, Shichiman as 1, Bull as 1, there's probably 1 or 2 that are worse than Demon, and then it's Demon. Like, it's not near the top, but being like, oh, nobody likes it. It's a universally hated boss. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Feels so out of place in Sekiro in the game mechanics? Not really. Not any more than, like, Ape does. And Ape is a very fun fight. Was too stupid to notice the chip damage after you got 100%. I mean, you can take the chip damage. If you just deflect everything and you take the chip damage, you will win before you run out of, like, heals. Absolutely. It's not a disaster to take the chip damage. It's totally fine. It's just, like, it is very cool to try to get him without taking any chip damage by trying to dodge specifically his fire attacks. Low-key one of your favorites. Okay, okay. Honestly, I do think I even probably liked him better before I started doing, like, speedruns and stuff. He's very bad for speedruns. Very random for speedruns. Very, you know, easy to ruin your hitless runs, like, things like that. He's very, very, very bad for speedruns and challenge runs. But before I started doing those... Okay, there we go. I do think... I think I liked him, you know, more than I currently do. And I still currently like him a good bit. Why am I bad at this? What top 3 bosses based on movements, character design, e.g. Genichiro and Guardian Ape are your favorites? This is the first time playing Sekiro. Movements, character design. Movements, character design. You're saying the aesthetics of how they look when they move? Or the attacks, the moves, the attacks that they are doing at you? Top 3 in terms of attacks that they do as a boss encounter is Father Owl, Sword Seinishin, and Genichiro. The 3 that they made into inner bosses later. And then probably my next 3 favorite are probably the inner 3. Probably going inner Geni, then inner... No, probably going inner Owl, then inner Geni, then inner Ishin. I think inner Ishin is the worst inner boss. I think the changes are so minor, it doesn't make him feel cool or interesting. And the extra move that they added is like one of the worst moves in the game. It might even be the single worst move in the game. It's really dumb. Does not feel fun to... You just run away. Or if you try to deflect it, you still just get killed. And it's just like, okay, well, this is stupid. You can't even jump over it like you can with his other sweep, because it'll go in the air and hit you. It's like, it's a stupid move. Inner Ishin, much worse than regular Ishin. Genuinely nothing positive about it compared to regular